first time caller.
Madison, how are you?
Okay, go right ahead.
Okay, so yes, I'm Marcy Miles Clark. My husband is T. Clark. You talked to him, I think, last week. He was on the ventilator for 28 days, and he was actually in the hospital for 46 days. We both contracted COVID mysteriously early on in the pandemic back in March, before there were any monoclonal antibodies, any vaccines, or any of these things that these people have, remdesivir, right now. We cannot understand for the life of us why people will not take advantage of this vaccine. I will tell you that I am, by trade, a 20-year pharmaceutical sales representative. I'm also an entrepreneur. We actually wrote a book about, our encounter, and we actually now are advocates for the vaccine, and we empower others by speaking on our experience, because we don't want anybody to go through what we had to go through. And as you can hear, I'm very passionate about it.
Hold on. So this is how I have to do my show. Explain as briefly as you can what you went through. That's the purpose of having this call.
Sure. So first and foremost, we started, both of us feeling fatigued, like the Saturday before the shutdown, early in March. As the week progressed, like I said, felt like I had a sinus infection. I felt, I was pretty mild, but my husband was pretty classic. He had all of the symptoms, and he developed a really chronic cough. And so I was in touch with his physician, and, we actually we got tested that Monday after we started feeling bad. We had to go to urgent care. Urgent care at that time was not set up to do COVID testing. Like I said, it was so early on.
Right.
And so because I was mild, they basically did flu and RSV testing to rule us out that we didn't have COVID. Well, we both tested negative for flu and RSV, but we had the symptoms. And my husband, with the cough as well. So we go over to our local Johns Hopkins affiliate for COVID testing. And that was an experience in itself, because they had on the
what was the experience? What was the experience?
They had on the hazmat suits. They had us sitting in the ER in an isolated corner for over an hour before anybody would even come in and touch us. When they came in, everyone was obviously really scared because it was so early on. And to put things in perspective, Joe, we were actually the 4th and the 5th diagnosed in our county. That's how early on it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was almost like Ebola. People didn't know what to do. But go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
They didn't know what to do. It was all theoretical at that time. They were aware that COVID was here, and I guess they were on the lookout. But it was something else when they came through their door. And that's what it was for us. We came walking through their door.
Wow.
And we were double jeopardy because there were 2 of us. And so nobody wanted to touch us. They had us in a corner for pretty much over an hour. I'll tell you, they wouldn't even let me go to the bathroom in the ER. That's how scared they were. Yeah.
Wow.
And so they came with their hazmat suits, and they did their business. And, of course, they let us out through the back. And we got our test results 24 hours later. We were both positive. At that point, like I said, my symptoms remained mild. My husband, he had all the fever, he had, chills, and he had a really bad cough.
It hit him. It hit him hard. Right. Okay.
It hit him hard. And I'm going to tell you, I'm 48. I was 47 then. My husband was 57. Both of us totally healthy. My husband actually is a former athlete. He played sports all his life. So very healthy, and not the 2 that you would expect, to come down with COVID. Both of us are very transient. Like I said, we live in Maryland, Washington, D.C. area. We go to a big church. We have a lot of family exposure. And also, like I said, I work with the public. Both of us do. So that's why I say we mysteriously contracted it. We still don't know to this day.
So your recommendation, because I'm getting up against the break here.
Yeah.
The wife that I don't know if you were online, the wife that the husband put on the line. Did you hear her?
I didn't hear, but but I did hear you all talking about her.
Yeah. I mean, her husband went through, major medical issues. I mean, major. Even to the point he got whatever, and oxygen, and he's still not 100%. And she was on her way to work, and he said, and she's listening to him with us on the phone, or on the show. And he put her on the line, and she said, I think she won't get the shot because she thinks the government's trying to hurt her, kill her.
Yeah, I think that's insane. And the only thing I can say about that, unfortunately, we actually have some family members in the same boat who saw what my husband went through. And like I said, we have pictures of him on the ventilator. Yeah, and as your nurse that came on earlier described the whole process, I was sitting in the ER when my husband had to get an emergency intubation 45 minutes later. Okay? That was the beginning of our story. And so I tell these people to this day, it took my husband over a year to fully rehab. Rehab, yeah. Rehab, recover the whole thing. I mean, it totally debilitates your body. He couldn't walk. He had to learn how to swallow. He had to learn how to bathe and dress himself again. This is no joke, people. Nothing to play with. And people are talking this dumb stuff about the vaccine and the chip and the government. Such ludicrous. I say, people, use your brain. Use your good, regular sense that God gave you.
All right. Let me go to Kevin from Maryland, 18 after the hour. And just, I got to move quickly. Kevin, go ahead.